Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why I took a break from exploring abandoned places. So reason number one is that there are no longer a lot of abandoned places near me. A lot of them have been demolished, or they're being demolished, or they're getting renovated into something else. Honestly, there's not a lot to explore here anymore, and that's one of the reasons that I kind of took a break from it, because there's just nothing to explore anymore. Alright, reason number two is that I think a lot of people explore abandoned places for the wrong reasons. And what I mean by that is a lot of these people, like me, go to these abandoned places and they're there strictly to take photos or to take videos and leave without a trace. And we enjoy the aspect of like just the abandoned decay. It's an art form. And other people go there and they try to break stuff, or they do break stuff, and they set things on fire. There's a fire here. Why would you even try to start a fire in a place like this? Like, alright, y'all see this? People vandalized it and they set the entire place on fire. Apparently, due to vandals, or most likely, there's a fire at this place that ruined everything. And they think it's funny, and it's not. So, that's another reason why I kind of stepped away from exploring abandoned places. Just because, like, I don't want to get caught up in something like that and then go to an abandoned spot and then somebody be like, oh, that kid was there, and then I get blamed for something, or I get caught up in a really bad mess, and it's just not that. It's just not worth it. So that's one of the reasons why I stepped away. A lot of these people go to these abandoned places and think it's funny, and they break stuff, and it's not, because it ruins it for everybody else. And I think a lot of these people explore abandoned places for the wrong reasons, and they shouldn't even be there in the first place. Like, go find something else to do. I could make a whole separate video on why I think certain people should not be exploring abandoned places, but that's for another day. Reason number three is that in their abandoned community, I feel like a lot of people are all doing the same exact places, all these exact same things, and I don't really like that. I like to be different. I like to have different kind of photos. I like to have different kind of videos. And when everyone is doing the exact same thing, you kind of feel like like there's no purpose in it. Like what's the purpose? Like, oh, this person took that photo, now I'm taking the exact same photo, or I'm recording the exact same place. Like, yeah, you can do it because like your friends or family, or the people you're gonna show that photo video to, they're gonna be like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I've never seen that before. And I did practice that in my head a lot. I was like, okay, I've never been there. I want to see it. So who cares? Like, I'm gonna go do it because I want to do it. You know what I mean? So, but in general, like, there's only a limited amount of abandoned places in the entire world, but some of them are very, very rare. And so, if you're lucky, you can find some of the really good places. But that's one of the reasons that's the third reason I kind of stopped, because I was like, dude, so many people are doing the exact same thing. It's just kind of boring now. Like, everyone's doing the same thing. But that's not really one of the main reasons that I took a break. I think the main overall reason is that I took a break is because honestly, there's, like I said in the first example, there is not a lot of abandoned places near me anymore, and a lot of them are like hours away, or they're all in different countries, and I don't have time to go hours away to explore an abandoned place or travel to a different country at this time. It's on my bucket list to explore abandoned places. I will not quit. I will never stop exploring abandoned places. But for now, until I find something local or find something that I can go to and have time to do it, I'll go. If you guys haven't seen my first video, I talked about me taking a break from exploring abandoned places. I'll link it right here. But in that video, I did explain that I have many other hobbies besides exploring abandoned places. I like to do downhill mountain biking, I like to go cliff jumping, I like riding dirt bikes, and so on and so forth. So I do have other options to make videos on, which I've been doing. You guys seen that I just recently bought a pit bike, and I've been doing a lot of videos on that. And like I said in that video as well, like, I don't want to put myself in a certain niche. I don't want to pinpoint myself to a certain thing where I just have to do that thing. I want to make a different variety of videos and just have fun making videos and hanging out with my friends and having a good time. So summer of 2024 has just begun, so get ready. I have a whole bunch of different videos planned, and there might be some abandoned videos in there. I don't know. I have to find some, but if there is, and that'd be awesome. In the Urbex community, there is a rule, and that rule is never give out a location. And I think a lot of people do not understand that, because personally, I think it's rude when I go to an abandoned place and somebody's like, oh, where is this? I'm not telling you. I'm not giving out the location. You should know that if you're in the Urbex community. If you're a real urban explorer, you would know that rule. But anyway, I think a lot of the reasons why these places are getting vandalized or they're getting caught on fire is because people are giving out locations when they shouldn't be. So let me give you an example. If me and you are talking and you're like, hey, where's that abandoned place you go to? And I tell you, now you have the location. You have the exact location. Now you're gonna go tell your friend, and then that friend is gonna go tell their friend, and that friend is gonna go tell their friend. So then A, B, C, D, E, and F all know the location of that exact spot, and now who knows? Those people might, I don't know, they might catch it on fire, they might burn it down, or they might break a window, or they might break it, or do something destructive to ruin that spot. Now the owner or whoever owns that property, if it's even owned by somebody, now has to deal with that, and now they really have to put eyes on that spot. So whoever goes to that spot next is gonna get caught up in a mess that somebody else started. So that's just one rule, and I personally think it's an ick. If somebody don't do that, do not ask for locations. It's not a good idea. I think it's an ick. So if you ask me for a location, I'm not gonna give it to you. I think it's an ick. It's like a personal, like, it just gives me like, it annoys me. It personally annoys me. And yeah, just rule of thumb: do not ask for locations.